first step that we're going to do is take our art screens and use our blue painter's tape to hold our stencil in place while we work on it. We're going to start with the Zig Zag stencil and our Berry and our Tangelo ink. You want to be sure that you're not cross-contaminating your pad, so we're actually going to use different tips of the stylus for each color, and then we'll use an extra stylus and tip to blend. So you're going to start by putting some of your Berry ink across the stencil. Just pick different areas of your stencil, kind of fade in and out. If you press harder, you'll get some darker colors. If you press lighter, you'll get a little lighter color variations. So just pick some areas of your stencil and fill in. Then you're going to use your orange, the Tangelo, and you're going to hit the areas that you didn't cover with the pink. You don't want to overlap the colors, you just want them kind of next to the pinks. Once you have those applied, you're going to use the separate tip to go back and then blend the colors. You're not wanting to go over all of the areas, you're just wanting to blend where the two colors meet. After you get this filled out, one area, you're going to move and do a next area and your last area. You don't need to heat set in between these steps. We're just going to heat set between different sets of colors. So go ahead and do the top of your bag and the bottom corners and then heat set all of that. When you heat set with an iron, you're going to want to put a cover sheet on, just a scrap piece of paper or paper towel to absorb any excess ink. You can also heat set with a heat gun. You might notice a little white smoke. It's fine, it's just the ink reacting a little bit. Once you've got your bag heat set, we're going to be using the Star Point stencil, and we're going to be using the Limelight and the Sunshine. That's our yellow and lime green inks. We're going to be applying those at the upper left and right corner and the bottom center, so kind of the opposite of what we did with the last stencil. Again, you're going to apply your inks in different areas, so use one tip and apply your green in different areas of your stencil, then use a different tip and use your yellow and apply it in different areas, and then once again use a separate tip to blend those two together. And just remember, don't go over the entire thing. You're going to overblend and you'll end up with one color rather than color variations. When you are working with layering colors and creating a collage technique with these stencils, you do need to keep in mind that if you work from lighter to darker, your colors are going to stay truer and brighter, and you'll get a layering effect. Also, you're not trying to obliterate the layer behind it, so don't over ink, don't over apply. You want your bottom layers to show up. So once you get those applied, you are going to heat set your bag once again. We're heat setting in between sets of colors because we do not want to blend our bottom colors in with the top colors. We do want them to layer, but we don't want them to blend. Lastly, we're going to use our burst stencil, and we're going to use that with our Lilac and our Ocean Breeze, and that's going to kind of fill in any white areas that you still have left on your bag. Mine tended to be at the bottom left corner and at the upper corners. Again, you're going to be layering over designs you've already done, but you do want to be sure you also hit any white areas that are left unstenciled. Once you're finished with that, you're going to heat set those, and then we're ready to kind of embellish and add our last little steps. I use the leftover ink, the Berry and the Tangelo, to ink my tab a little bit, and then I use the mini stencil with Lilac and the Ocean Breeze to add a scattering of flowers to my tab and to my bag. And you are going to use the Art Daubers to apply these, to apply the inks. They're a little easier to handle, they're a little smaller, and it's a little easier to work on the mini stencils. So scatter your flowers to your tab, and then you're going to heat set that. And the last thing we're going to do is we're going to add a little embellishment with our butterfly. So you have a little piece of canvas. You're going to take some of the leftover ink. I used the lighter colors. I found that the blue and the purple were a little too heavy, and you're going to put diagonal stripes on your canvas. You just want to lightly cover it because this is just kind of a wash. So once you have your background done on your canvas, you're going to ink your stamp, and to do that you should hold your stamp in your hand upside down and lightly tap the pad onto it. You don't want to press too hard. These pads are super duper juicy. And then go ahead and stamp on your canvas, and then loosely cut out your butterfly. And then we're going to apply it to the bag. We're using Fabric Tack by Beacon, and I just did down the center of the butterfly because I kind of wanted the wings to be loose. You can glue the whole thing down if you want. We're going to want to slip a little piece of wax paper in the bag though, wherever you want your butterfly. I don't want the Fabric Tack to bleed and glue your bag shut. And just put your little butterfly on your bag wherever you'd like it to live, and you'll be done with your bag.